So just a test to see, is this live stream working? Last time we tested, we had no audio, so we're just doing a test. Today we're doing a call, 4 p.m. I'm doing a call with my awesome sales mentor, Gulliver Giles. And so just what we're talking about is, how does a person develop a sales process so they can help more people? I've been really fortunate over the past 10 years of SMP. I've had thousands of conversations on the phone with women that want to change their life. It's a really sacred duty. It's an important thing. And because I learned how to communicate skillfully and talk to someone about, like, what do you need help with? Where are you at? And they're difficult conversations sometimes because often people aren't feeling good. And I learned a process to sit with a woman and talk to her about how she's feeling for an hour, and then help her overcome the barriers that have impeded her from becoming who she wants to be, stopping her from living the vision that she has for herself. And a lot of the time, if she's ever achieved that vision, it was at the consequence of her spirit, who she is inside. And so SMP has been a evolving project to help women live the vision they have and become and live in the spirit that they, that is truly them. But the first step of that is someone has to call you and say, hey, what's going on? How are you doing? Like, are you sick of doing the same thing over and over again and being stuck? And people in fitness are often positive, which is awesome, but it's sometimes difficult for them to connect with. I've been training 3, 4, 5 times a week for 4, 5, 10 years. It hasn't worked. And when it has worked, it's because I starved myself, I took steroids, I did crazy stuff, and then I had a really hard time after, physically, emotionally, spiritually, in all different types of ways, and I'm still experiencing that. But I'm so positive and I train so hard that I want to do it again. And so when women are coming to us, they're the conversations that we've trained ourselves to have, to connect deeply with people. So I'm really grateful to my sales mentor, Gulliver. He's one of my sales mentors. He's my first one. He helped me build the sales process for SMP that has now helped. I think we've coached over 2,100 women. And it's deep coaching. It's like, we're with you for 6 months. We know what you eat. We know how you sleep. We know what's going on in relationship. We understand your biomechanics. We often know what bacteria in your gut. Like, we know you deeply. And that's thousands and thousands of women we've gone to that depth with. And they have been transformed, and so many girls have won pro cards. Clients have become staff, have become business partners, now run the business, or they've launched amazing online companies, coaching businesses, gyms. It's been like, I was trying to add it up today, but it's over 25 people that either work for us or work really close with us have gone and launched a business. And sometimes they come back and work with us again. Michelle Beatty's business, Art of Noticing, she was a client, launched the business. I was mentoring her a little bit. We have this amazing multi-leveled relationship. Ella Martin was, if you know Ella Martin, she was my first employee when I owned a gym. And the only reason we're able to have this impact is because we learned how to have deep and meaningful conversations with people and say, hey, is it time to change your life? Like, are you sick of doing the same stuff over and over again? And if you want to grow your business and have more impact, if you want to provide for your family, if you want to have all the experiences you want to have, if you want to get more education, if you want to meaningfully impact people, you have to learn how to do sales. And then once you've learned how to do it, you've got to teach somebody else. And then once they can do it, you build a team. And once you build a team, you've got to know how to manage a team. So at each level, there are more and more skills involved in sales. But the first one, if you're just starting, is learn the best process possible. A bit like Sports Model Project. You want to learn how to love yourself, be in amazing shape, eat food you like, be a weapon, be happy, express that in the world. You got to go put yourself in an environment with people that have a process that actually is tried and tested and works, and you have to put yourself through it. Same with sales. You can want all you want money. You can hope that if you make heaps of content, then everyone will give you money because you're cool. That's not how it works. For a very few small amount of people on the internet, you've probably seen that, right? You're making heaps of content on the internet. Did you make $1 million? No. There are people who are making heaps of money with very little content. They don't have an Instagram with 1 million people on it. It's not how they made money. They just learned how to talk to people and say, hey, do you want help? And then when they say, no, I have no time, I have no money, I couldn't possibly help myself. You are powerful enough and strong enough to sit with them in that moment and guide them through that experience. And if you learn to do it ethically because you have a product that can help someone and you find out enough about them to say, yeah, my product's for you, and you offer it to them, well, that's how good things happen. Bad things happen when you're like, oh, I just made some shit up and I'm going to try and hustle people, and that's not what sales is. And that may be what you've heard it's like, but if you've never really done it and been taught, well, every human device can be a weapon in the wrong hands. But in the right hands, sales is a sacred duty. Someone put their hand up and asked for help, and you were brave enough to call them on the telephone and say, hey, I'll talk to you for an hour. If you're talking to me on the phone, you're talking to one of my team, these are really highly skilled people. So it's a gift, it's a service we provide. So the call's going to be on at 4. This is just my sound check. So if you enjoyed any of this and you want to grow your sales process, your team, your business, if you want to scale your sales team, I'm in the middle of scaling a team and it's hard. So we're going to talk about that, all the steps. But I'm also going to talk about how I went from being a PT, doing my 35 hours a week at Fitness First, learn a sales process, built an online program, built a school for at-risk youth, built a community center, built a gym, built an online program, built other businesses, helped other people make money, helped my friends and family make money, build salespeople that went on to do amazing things in other companies. We're going to talk about the step through and how learning a really powerful sales process. We'll do that, and that's on at 4 p.m. today, Australian Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to look a bit more like, internet worthy. But it's going to be a really useful chat. Last time we did one of these, we did it in the pandemic. One of the girls, most people didn't follow any of the advice, didn't do any of the stuff, because what people do, they just browse information on the internet. We weren't selling anything, so we weren't giving them the like, hey, do this and we'll chase you up that you get with coaching. It was just like, here's the stuff, it works. But one of the girls, she was in the States, can't remember which state, I feel like it was an interior state, wasn't on one of the coasts, had a business with a partner. It was coaching business, they were doing like group style training, and they were about to lose their house, about to lose the business, everything, and they got on the call with us, implemented the stuff. We didn't hear from them. A year later, we get a message or whatever. They booked an appointment to talk to the team. Got on the phone with Kim and said, hey, we made, I can never remember the amount of money. It was enough money to save their house, save their mortgage, build a business. And it was a lot. Like, they were making hundreds of thousands of dollars now on top of what they used to make. And the lady said, oh, my partner said to me, you got to call the Sportsman Project and you got to do it, because originally that's what it was about. You wanted to do Sportsman Project. We've made the money, the house is saved, the business is running, we've got clients. Go to SMP, and she did, and she'd made hundreds of thousands of dollars just from free stuff. So occasionally I like to get back on the bandwagon. Most fitness businesses that are successful get sick of fitness and then don't want to teach you how to change your body and your mind and your life, and they start selling business coaching. I've never really been that into it, but people that do this stuff that we're talking about and do work with my sales mentor, they just transform their life and their business. So occasionally I get motivated again. I'm like, let's share what sales can be if you go at it with ethics and you have principles and values that you live by, you want to share with other people. Well, at some point, you got to get over yourself, and you've got to be like, I'm going to go out and talk to people about that. I'm going to help them, and I'm going to do the hard work by having a difficult conversation. And making videos of myself, like meditating in the morning and brushing my teeth, and I'm at the gym, and here's my booty gains. Feels good because it's all about you, but sales is all about them. And that's where often people in fitness struggle. Is sales is not about you. It's not about your program. It's not what you do. It's finding out about people and loving them and talking to them and seeing how you can help them and being wise enough and brave enough and strong enough to stand there with them in the fire while they're trying to make a decision. So 4 p.m. we'll be on there. Hope this time we had audio and you could hear me if you were listening. We'll be back at 4. I'm going to do that. We'll do it properly. If you've got any questions, jump back in on 4 o'clock and ask them on the front end, and we can address them as we go or as the thing happens or whatever. So 4 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you then.